It's a great day to be here in the Allegheny Highlands and such beautiful weather, so thank you guys for coming out. I'm Skylar Fury. I'm the past president for the Allegheny Highlands Chamber of Commerce, and I'm filling in for Rachel, who couldn't be here this morning, so I get to do this again after a whole year. So I'm super excited to be here to celebrate the opening of this beautiful part of our county. And we do have several local and state elected officials here with us this morning. We have Delegate Terry Austin, Senator Cray Deeds, and then we have Gwen Mason with Senator Kane's office is here this morning as well, and they're all going to speak. And then we also have the Virginia Tourism is here with us as well this morning. So we would like to welcome you. I know you were all here yesterday, so it's great to have you back for day 2 this morning. Again, I would just like to say congratulations. This is a monumental moment for us. Our beautiful area is what attracts so many here and brings in our tourism. So it's a great opportunity to really celebrate what we have and to mark such an important day where the Allegheny Highlands and Covington have embarked on something together and have created this beautiful opportunity for people to visit, as well as for local citizens to have something to utilize for recreation and to get some exercise. So the Chamber has been very excited to be a part of this, and we're here to support it and continue to advertise and use this as a great opportunity to bring people into our area. And I would just like to say congratulations and thank you to everyone who has worked super hard to make this happen. I know that it has been a long process, and I do know that there are lots of big plans to make this a continued success, and so I'd like to say thank you to everyone who supported this and continues to support this. And the biggest thing we can do is make sure that we let everyone in the community know that we do have this in our area, and to invite all of their friends and utilize such a beautiful resource. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Delegate Terry Austin.
Thank you, Skylar. Thank you all for being here today in the beautiful Highlands. It's really a beautiful day out, and what an opportunity to do the ribbon cutting for such a beautiful facility. First, I want to introduce Katie Connor. Katie rode with me over here. She's from Virginia Tourism. She's a real asset to our region. Katie's a Botetourt County girl, worked in our tourism department in Botetourt when I was on the board there, and has gotten a job with Virginia Tourism. So she's a real asset to Teresa and our region, and just does a wonderful job for us. Thank you, Katie. And I'm her chauffeur today. She drove over yesterday and asked me to drive her today. So shows you where I rank on the totem pole. But and the other thing is the maze is Twin River Outfitters. I know they're going to open up an outfitter store here in Allegheny County, and I want to personally attest to what they've done in Botetourt County. And I go down on Saturday mornings quite often, and ride through the boat launch area in Buchanan. And on any given Saturday, we have license tags from 7 or 8 different states there: North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C., all over. And it's because of what Twin River Outfitters does and the way they do it. I mean, if you're going to float the river in Buchanan, the James River, you go in and sit down and watch a video to see the water that you're going to be traveling over. And the safety, the enhancements are just phenomenal for parents and children, and the way they conduct business is just wonderful. So John, I thank you all for what you've done, you and Dan, for what you brought to our region. Not only Botetourt, but now you're going to offer on the Jackson River. It's great, and you as residents of this region will see the wonderful benefits that they contribute. But this is just a great opportunity, and I commend everyone who's worked on this project, the Allegheny Foundation, their contributions. They do great things for our region here, and it's just phenomenal. But this is beautiful. I had no idea what I was coming to see today. I've not been here, but this is just beautiful, and I think we'll all see the benefits of the day's efforts from everyone. So thank you, and I appreciate the privilege to represent you all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you all, and I want to thank and congratulate everybody who played any part in getting this trail established. I remember about 43 years ago getting on a train pretty near here and riding up the creek or up the river, the natural well. I think that losing the railroad from here to Hot Springs is still something we struggle with. But to be able to make a use of this trail in a way that's going to benefit the public and benefit the community is an outstanding idea and a great accomplishment. And we talked yesterday, rural economic development is hard. Gone is the day when we're going to be able to go out and pull in a 500-employee plant for the most part. It's mostly we have to create our own economic development, grow our own jobs and our own businesses, our own small businesses, 3 or 4 at a time. But everything we can do, anything we can do to enhance our community, enhance the livability, enhance the attractiveness, makes us look good for people who might be looking to bring jobs to a region, who might be looking to locate in a region. This is going to be a benefit to the people that live here, but also the people that want to come visit, want to see this part of the world. I congratulate you, I thank you, and I know that the Allegheny Highlands is going to benefit from this trail. I was just talking to Alan Dressler. Where are you, Alan? I mean, we're not too far from connecting this to the park over at AET. I mean, what a benefit for this community. Congratulations and thank you. I think Gwen Mason is the next person. Is that?
Thank you. How are you, Senator? Good morning. Good morning, Teresa. Thank you so much for the opportunity to chime in on behalf of Senator Tim Kaine. I really appreciate being invited here. It's been my pleasure to represent Senator Kaine in the Allegheny Highlands these last 5 years. And oftentimes he tries to call me, and sometimes the cell phone reception isn't very good. And the last time he said, were you having trouble with your cell phone, or were you hiking on the Jackson River Trail? So I think he's wise to me, enjoying these beautiful amenities that you have. And as Senator Deeds said, these are economic multipliers. This is where economic development and growth happens, monetizing these beautiful natural resources for recreation and the enjoyment of families. So I thank you very much for the great privilege of being able to celebrate with you. Can't wait to put my hiking shoes on. Thank you.
Well, first, it's a pleasure to be here. It's hard to follow the big guns, but I want to thank everybody again for coming today. I had the opportunity to grow up in Intervale and see this from a dilapidated train station in 86, 87, ride my bike around, you know, see what it was and what it's become today. You know, through the effort of the county, transportation grants, the foundation, we now have a trail going 14 miles, almost to the Bath County line. And it's a pleasure to ride through. I live in the Falling Spring area, and like Terry said, see the license plates from out of state, out of area that are here on weekends. It's amazing. I also want to thank the Department of Transportation for mowing the grass today. Perfect timing for this event. I really can't say enough about this project and what it brings to the area in terms of exposure and also, you know, the future that it holds for recreation in the area. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Gail Hillard, and on behalf of the town of Clifton Forge, I want to congratulate this celebration that continues after yesterday as well. We were all together, it seems like yesterday. A couple years ago, I was privileged to bring some travel riders to the trail, and Chad did a wonderful job of explaining Phase 3 and Phase 4 to us. So congratulations on the completion of your phases. It's always nice to complete a phase. And we're very excited about the outfitters as well. This is such a wonderful opportunity to bring friends, family, and tourists here. And I think the Allegheny Highlands has over 100 miles of trails now. So we are thrilled, and we'll make sure that we promote it. And we're just grateful to everyone who made this possible. Thank you.
On behalf of the City of Covington, I just want to offer congratulations to everyone that's been involved with this project. I know it's been a long time coming to this point, And it's such an asset for us in the Allegheny Highlands to have something like this available to us. I was talking to Gavin a little bit ago and told him we should have just started at the newspaper and walked all the way up here, because we can do that now. 2.5 miles, he said. So he's evidently walked that. I haven't. Congratulations. But I did offer congratulations to everybody, and just know this is a great asset for us, and thank you for all you've done.
Good morning, folks. Before we get started, first and foremost, compliments to Chad Williams. Chad was hired 2 years ago, and he literally, excuse the pun, but hit the trail running. He's done a wonderful job with the progress and the project. John Lanford being a big support to the vision. The Board of Supervisors, I see Cletus here. Just thank you guys for the continued support of what we've done with continued recreation tourism. A little water, a little sewer, and a little garbage, and a thank you goes a long ways to bringing these folks back in here to visit with us. The trail, as most of you know, has been followed Allegheny Journal and the Covington newspaper. It certainly had its challenges, from property owners to bats, and Chad, congratulations for stepping up on all of those issues. And as we wrap up some of our end of it, some of us go back a long ways with the trail. Myself, as a kid, used to walk this on the railroad tracks and fish. But compliments to folks like Tammy Stevenson, some of the former board, Doodlebug, those folks that stepped up, that thought this would one day become a reality, and really stuck their neck out to make things happen that a lot of the public just couldn't quite grasp, that we'd spend money for folks to go walking. In addition to that, compliments to Teresa and the programs that they have complemented here. We certainly welcome you folks with us. We look forward to what you will be bringing to the table over the next few years. But again, it's just another compliment to the Allegheny Highlands. Many have heard me say before, I really do think we are the playground of Virginia, outdoors-wise, whether it's the natural beauty that God's blessed us with, or the sport complex across in Covington. And since you folks are with me, I will let you know that we're just a bridge away from connecting the urban Covington to the rural Allegheny County. But again, Chad, thanks, congratulations, John, and thank you folks for being out here with us today. Appreciate it. One quick thing, because I'm involved with guys, you fellas back there in the far back, great job, because without you, it don't stay clean. Thank you.
Well, I'm just going to kind of reiterate what everybody's already said. I'm Chad Williams, I'm Director of Parks and Recreation for Allegheny County, and I'm really just here to thank everybody that supported us through the years that I've been here and working on the projects. Phase 3 and Phase 4 has really kind of opened us up. We're no longer just a local walking trail, now we're a destination trail. Somewhere where folks from out of town are going to come. They're going to enjoy all the amenities, hopefully, that the Allegheny Highlands has to offer. I specifically want to thank Hurt & Profit. Jay McGuire has been with us from the beginning of the project. They handle all the design, engineering, and everything of the project. Designed a wonderful trail. It stood up to the weather, stood up through the years of the previous phases, and we know that these new sections will also. We certainly appreciate everything that they've done. And then VDOT, specifically Mike Branscombe and Amanda Hughes worked with us on Phase 3 and Phase 4 of the project. VDOT was responsible for the funding for this project, a little over $2.7 million. Came from open container funds. Was 100% funded, no local money involved with that. I also want to thank Inland Construction. They got the bid for Phase 3 and Phase 4, and they did a wonderful job with the construction of the project as well. Certainly want to thank West Rock. Phase 4 is the connection to the city of Covington. We connect to the sidewalk system. If you go down that way, you'll come out of the sidewalk system right behind the 220 apartments. That old rail bed was owned by Midwest-Vaco at the time, now West Rock. We approached them with the possibility of extending the trail into the city of Covington. and they were very open to it from the get-go. They ended up donating the property to the county for that purpose, and now we have it. Now we have that connection to the city of Covington, and like Mr. Dressler said, there's just a little bit to go, and we'll be connected to the Jackson River Sports Complex as well. You'll be able to walk from the city of Covington all the way to the Allegheny County, Bath County line. I wanted to mention, just briefly, the next phase is phase 5, and that'll connect us into Bath County. So we'll be able to run all the way from City of Covington into Bath County, just below where the former Lower Cascades Golf Course is. We have all the trail easements and stuff in place. Now it's again about that thing that holds us up with everything is funding. We're looking for good funding sources. Again, VDOT. Some DCR money and some Appalachian Region Trail money also is what we're applying for, and hopefully real soon we'll be able to say that we've completed that part of the project as well. And then what the others had mentioned is the Twin Rivers Outfitters, in which they will be known as Allegheny Outdoors here, and they'll be located in the building that we're constructing down here and opening for the 2019 season. We're very excited about that. That's kind of the missing piece that we've had with the trail. For them to be successful, we're going to be successful also, and we're very much so looking forward to that. Certainly want to thank our board, current board, the past boards for their vision for the Jackson River Scenic Trail. Rail trail movements are huge nationwide, and they can certainly provide a lot of economic impact to an area. You look at like areas like Damascus with the Creeper Trail and other areas like that. It's been huge for them, and it has that same potential here for us as well. I certainly, want to thank all my Parks and Recreation staff for everything that they do. If they don't maintain this, it'll go back to nature in a heartbeat. And we have a beautiful asset, and it has remained a beautiful asset because of the work and dedication that they have to Allegheny County and presenting a good product for everyone that comes from out of town. Certainly want to thank all the delegates and everyone for showing up also and understanding, and supporting this project through the years. I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I did, come get me afterwards. All right. Certainly appreciate everybody, and I want to introduce Mr. Ryland Burchett with the Trail Master Committee. They were certainly instrumental in getting the trail going in the community and local support.
I think I'm probably the oldest person here today. I looked around, only Cletus is a little bit older than I am. But anyway, Cletus asked me if I'd write everything down on the back of his program so he could read it on the way home. He wouldn't have to listen to it. But anyway, I can remember years ago, during the war years, the Second World War, riding a train up through here with my mother. My grandfather lived in Bacova Junction, and we would get off the train in Bacova Junction and walk to his house. It was probably a quarter of a mile, but it seemed like 10 miles. Goodness gracious, I'd like to freeze to death walking out there. I can remember that. But anyway, that was a neat thing, and I think it's really neat that they've made a trail out of it. And I can remember riding the train up through there, the old steam engine, and it seemed like we'd hit those cliffs up there at Falling Springs. It seemed like we would run right into them, but it wasn't probably that far from them. But anyway, I got some real fond memories of riding the train up through here. But anyway, what I want to tell you is that, and I hadn't heard his name mentioned, but Bill Hodges was the chairman of the Board of Supervisors about, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 years ago. And he's the one that had the vision to get this trail started. And he developed a committee, and by the way, Mr. Bill Wilson is one of the committee members. I think we're still a committee. We hadn't had a meeting for a while, but I think we're still a committee. But anyway, Bill had the vision to start this trail, and he would really be pleased today if he could see the results of it. And it's great to see everybody, and those that haven't walked the trail, they need to do that. It's a beautiful trail. I hadn't been on too many trails, but I know that there's not many can compare with this. Thank you very much.
I'm going to lay the microphone down. I'm pretty sure everybody should be able to hear me. I'm John Lanford. I'm the county administrator. A lot of people have been thanked, and we're certainly appreciative of our founders, our funders, the Board of Supervisors members, support from those folks. I'm going to thank a few other people that I noticed in the crowd. Mark Allman has volunteered quite a bit of time up here with donated materials from Phil Bowen and Tony Williams at GenFab and Williams Fabrication. If you've been on the trail, you've seen the markers that tell you mileage, and that's been a great asset, and he did that on his own, so we certainly appreciate that volunteer work from Mr. Allman and the donation materials from those folks. I appreciate Alan's comment and Chad's comment. Those guys in the back, I think you'll remember 2 years ago we had a little bit of rain in June, and there was an event scheduled here on Saturday. And there was quite a bit of damage to the trail. Those guys were out here and they put it back in phenomenal condition. So I'm going to embarrass them a little bit, and they're not going to be happy when I do it. But when I call your name out, I just thank y'all for everything you do up here. Y'all are the face when people do come visit the area. You're the people they interact with, and those guys are the ones that make this trail a success it is. So Clayton Talkington is back there on the far right. Lee Cahoon is over here at the building. Ben Paxton back here in the back. Dalton Eskew, you can raise your hand, let everybody know who you are. Rick Lanahan and Kyle Dayton? Paxton, sorry. Kyle Paxton is back there in the back. We also had, a lot of this project was funded through foundations and grants, but both these guys and our public works staff have done a lot of in-kind effort up here. We spent a lot of work up here. I know it's not necessarily specific to today, but we also have a trail outfitter building that's been constructed. Our public works guys have done a lot of that earthwork and in-kind. So a lot of the amenities you see here, while we're done by some contractors, some local people that work for Allegheny County, we're here doing that as well. And I just like to thank them. David Wickline, Robbie Jack, Kenny DeGiulio, Robert Tucker, Caleb Day, Jason Wolf, Danny Allen, Monroe Keith, and Tristan Kales. Those are guys that, and the guys in the back that I introduced earlier, that don't get the credit they deserve. They're behind the scenes. They don't want the credit, but they're out here working hard every day to make this amenity what it is. So thank you for what you do to keep us operating here every day. So thank everybody for coming, and Skylar, I don't know if you want to finish up with anything.
I think at this time we just again want to say thank you to everybody for coming out. We are going to officially cut the ribbon, and we'd like to get everybody together for a picture. So